There are 8 different Night Lords in Elden Ring Nightreign, and today I'm going to be ranking all of them from worst to best, and how many tries it took for me to beat each of them for the first time. I hope you didn't click on this video hoping for a do, because there's no further. Starting at number 8, I think this one was an obvious pick, but Augur, also known as Maris, Fathom of the Night, will be taking last place. There's nothing really unique about this fight. Maris has 2 different attacks, Bombs and Water Splash. It acts kind of like a Pokemon if you think about it. It flies around the whole time, and it only gets near to the ground very rarely, making melee builds difficult to use, which is what like 3/4 of the Nightfarers use. The only status effect Maris can deal is sleep, which is honestly what happens when fighting this boss anyways. The only skill check that this boss truly has is the sleep nukes that it drops that basically covers the whole arena, and if you don't have any range to deal with these things, then you might as well tuck yourself in and call it a night. The first time that I fought Maris, I had no idea that you could damage these. I thought that you just had to time your dodge perfectly, but then I realized that that simply wasn't the case. Other than Maris being incredibly gorgeous and aesthetically pleasing, I'm kind of unsure what it has going on for itself, which is why I'm giving it a 3 out of 10, and it only took 1 try for me to beat it the first time. Number 7 is going to go to Sentient Pest, also known as Noster, Wisdom of the Night, and its scorpion buddy Fortis. Disclaimer, for the sake of this video, I will not be including the Everdark Sovereign versions of the Night Lords, simply because they're made to be cooler and only 3 of them have it. Once all 8 Sovereign versions are out, I will make another video about those, but back to the video. Pest was not a horrible fight, more so just annoying if you have teammates that don't know how to keep aggro. Its weakness is fire, which is super easy to obtain almost anywhere on the map, which made this fight really easy. If you have one person with range to deal with the moth and the other 2 hammered down on the scorpion, this boss topples over with 0 difficulty. I do however enjoy the variety that these bosses give, working together and everything in their second phase. This easily puts it above Augur for that reason in particular. When Noster hops on top of Fortis and they both go charging around and blasting the arena, I thought that was super cool to watch. Besides all of this though, I was able to beat this boss on the first try, and I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Number 6 is going to go to Adele, Baron of the Night, also known as Gaping Jaw. I'm gonna be honest, I really enjoyed this fight, but the rest of the Night Lords are so peak that even with how fun Adele is, it is still taking bottom 3 on this list. The fact that I am fighting a crazed monster dragon with a horizontal mouth is absolutely terrifying, and its moveset makes it even crazier. This is by far one of my favorite dragons to fight in Elden Ring simply because of how stupidly cool this boss behaves. The first time I fought this guy, I easily got overwhelmed because of how erratic and unpredictable these attacks are. The mechanic of trying not to get grabbed so the boss doesn't heal is also very nice. I've been a fan of bosses that can heal themselves based on doing damage to you ever since Doku in the original Ninja Gaiden games. The purple lightning is also super beautiful. Purple is my favorite color, so this automatically gives Adele more points. With all of that being said, I will give this guy a solid 6 out of 10, and it only took me 2 tries to beat him for the first time. Number 5 is going to Libra, Creature of the Night, also known as the Equilibrious Beast. Now we are getting into the super fun bosses. This guy was a peak fight, I am not gonna lie. His moveset is beyond satisfying and aesthetically pleasing. He's got a large number of attacks that are all very unique and fun to learn, plus he's so memeable. Like, everyone remembers this video where he just never stops ground pounding. Oh, and don't forget about this one. This is a peak Libra meme. The ability he has of spawning in your runs as a merchant, even when you're not going to fight him, is honestly hilarious. Like, yeah man, I'd love more runes, but constantly lose health. That's nice, buddy. Libra's one of those bosses that I actually look forward to fighting at the end of the night. He just has all of these special unique pieces to him that build a lovable boss. I was somehow able to beat this guy on my first try, and I came back to fight him solo afterwards, and it was even more fun. I will be giving this guy a 6 out of 10. 4th place is going to the Dark Drift Knight, also known as Fulgor, Champion of the Nightglow. Oh my peak. I don't even know what to say about this boss. Everything about him is just so incredibly fun to fight. I genuinely could not make a change to this boss if I had to. Not only does he look exceptionally cool, but his weapon is even cooler. I mean, come on, look at that spear. This guy's moveset is super fire, and I can't get over how he regrows his arm with this nasty fluid that scatters everywhere just out of pure spite for the player. Fighting this guy for the first time was like a slap in the face. My team died immediately, and I had no idea what to do, so I did as well. I got better on the second try and actually got him fairly low before dying, but I was confident that I had learned him well enough to beat him the 3rd time, so I did. As I said before, there is genuinely nothing I would change about this boss. He is super fun, he looks cool, he's got a super clean moveset with no bullshit mechanics. He is just an all-around incredible boss. 8 out of 10. Going into the top 3, we've got Tricephalos, also known as Gladius, Beast of the Night. This is the first Night Lord you fight in Elden Ring Nightreign, and he's also my 3rd favorite boss. I've always had a soft spot for dogs with swords ever since my goat Sith, but Gladius just hits different. He reminds me of Cerberus from the good old Greek mythology, the 3-headed dog guarding the underworld. This fight is just so fun, guys. From the second Gladius enters the arena all the way to the moment you kill him, he is a peak fight. I am also a huge fan of how he separates into 3 different wolves at certain times, basically turning the fight into 3 different 1v1s. That is so cool. The way he swings his chainsword around the arena is just so satisfying that I almost forget to dodge sometimes. Plus, when he stabs a sword into the ground and flings the fire at you, that is one of my favorite attacks, I cannot lie. Funny enough, this boss actually took me the longest to kill out of all of the bosses in Nightreign. I was finally able to take this guy down on my 4th try, yet I still came back for more afterwards. I believe that the reason he was super hard in the beginning was because I didn't really understand the progression of the game for a couple runs, and after I got it down, he became easy. He's one of these bosses that whenever I want to play Nightreign, I just hop on and go solo him. Now I just kind of look at him as like a whimsical boss to play against since I've memorized his entire moveset and haven't lost to him since the first day this game was out. With all of that being said, Gladius is a 9 out of 10. In the second place, we got my goat Caligo, Miasma of the Night, also known as Fisher in the Fog. Where do I even start with this boss? I mean, like, genuinely, Caligo is just one of those bosses that make me nervous to fight simply because of its grandeur. Just one look at this thing, oh my god, you cannot tell me that this fight isn't insane. From her reveal, hiding in the fog as a glacier, into her coating the sky in ice and slamming it down on us, along with everything else, this fight just might be perfection. She is by far my favorite dragon boss in Nightreign and is only rivaled by Bale and Placidusax in the base game. Not only that, but just look at how pretty she is. Oh my god, and don't even get me started on her OST. This thing is an absolute banger. Just listen to this. That's peak music right there, holy. I don't think there's a single time that I fought this dragon where I've lost, but that does not mean she's easy. Her attacks deal crazy damage and she's beefy as all get out, but thankfully I'm simply that guy, and I was able to kill her close to 10 different times. Only once with a team and the rest solo. I absolutely love this boss and she gets a 10 out of 10, but not quite first place. And before we get into first place, make sure to like and subscribe. This helps me out very, very much and I appreciate you greatly. Please and thank you. And finally, the first place is going to the obvious choice, Heal Store the Knight aspect. Oh my god, what do I even say and where do I even start? This fight, besides Consort Radahn, has been my favorite in all of Elden Ring. Even in the first phase when he's not really doing much, he's aura farming the whole time. Like, that walk up is absolutely insane. And after you kill his first phase, screen goes black, then boom, directly into a nightmare. This is where everything gets fun. His moveset is quite literally perfect. It has a mix of slow, fast, AoE, and ranged attacks with jabs and slashes. And the best part, he's not an annoying boss. He's difficult, but not tedious like most bosses with huge health bars that are considered difficult. I have never once thought this guy was anything less than incredibly fun. My favorite attack that this guy has though? Oh my god, of course it's the one where he levitates in the air to split the fabric of time and space, only to imbue his weapon with an affinity that he can use to kick your ass even harder. That is the most aura I've ever seen in a fight, oh my god. I genuinely cannot use any more words to describe this fight besides perfect, because it genuinely is. Anyone who disagrees with me is simply wrong because my opinion is correct and no one can tell me otherwise. Now we have officially reached the end of the video, so do what the internet does best and give your opinions on the bosses in my comment section. I would ask for them, but you hooligans are gonna give them anyway. With that being said, have a good night.